Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen. Oh, it's even darker on this one. I'm Stephen Allen. It's a day. What more do you want? Now, I know a lot of shows recently have started off in the dark, or even the trailer has. But today, it's for a reason, isn't it? Because we've been told we have to save energy because we're absolutely screwed. So I didn't realize it's got this one good light. So we're in the dark to try and save money. Although I should make it look like I need money, so you go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. All right, we'll do some of that. Let's get some lights back on. Not that one. Oh, that one gets you right in the face. Woo! Woo! Here we go. Oh, beautiful. This is what people tune in for. Hello, and welcome to Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. It's a day. What more do you want? More on that saving money thing later, because there's one way to save this nation, and it's by going back to caveman times. So good luck with that. Good evening. If you've never watched the show before, well done. This is where I just go through some of the day's news. It's a Friday. Hang on. It's a Friday live and loose, which means we're live and loose.
Friday live and loose,
where we like to keep things both live and both loose.
Friday, live and loose.
Plus, you can get involved. There's another one, but we don't need to play it. Plus, you can get involved in the chit chat if you're on youtube.com/Mr. Stephen Allen, where you can see what's happening over here. Oh, already quite a lot going on. Right. Hi ho, Kermit, our musical director, says put 50p in where, though? That's the question, isn't it? You never get it back, depending on where you put it. You might not want it back. I just realised I've got a bit of tape stuck down there. Proper Memes was here first. Hello, Proper Memes. He's given us a jingle for the Peter Mandelson news later on. Brit's here. Brit, stay where you are. Stand by your beds. We've got egg news. I will be tackling your eggs later. How do you like them? Martin's here. Hey, folks. Ems is here, freshly out of prison, or still in prison. It's hard to tell. Brit said, I'm having kittens. Moved house recently, and I just let my cat out for the first time. Fingers crossed she'll come back fine. And I did say in the chat, if the cat runs away, you can replace it with the kittens that you're having. Because have I got confused already? Brit's back. Morning, chum, says Joodles. Yeah, Brit's back for now, but you wait until the egg fight starts. Brit, you got to be kidding me, says Proper Memes. Well, there's no need to mock someone's cat running away. Look how I swerve. If you're having kittens, you won't need to worry about your cat coming back, says Joodles. Do you know what? No, that's rude. The poor love with the cats. I love how I get to do the same joke, and then I just get to absolutely throw people under the bus. Have you put a plastic sheet down for having the kittens, or do you know what I normally do? I'm not standing up on the live stream. I think that may depend on the cat coming back, says our musical director. Many happy returns of the cat. It's starting, says Martin. Well, I can't shush, can I? Otherwise you won't be able to hear anything. More Dua Lipa today. I made an error. I tweeted about Dua Lipa when I meant to tweet about Peter Mandelson. And you know what? If that's the way my subconscious works, I'm fine with that. Steve in the dark, well, there is a war on. Exactly, it's like Blitz spirits. Steve is jealous of Evelyn Thomas. I'll Google that later. Don't worry about the 800 watt on the PC. Let's turn the 5 watt LED lights. Yes. Almost daily before dark. It's a nice angle. I think South Mims is here. Although message retracted, but I do like South Mims as a name. 4 jingles, actually. There are. Yeah, but I've not loaded them all onto my little thing. It's a day, and I have a new name. Because you're South Mims. South Mims, straight out of prison. And I went past South Mims services last night, and in some ways, it feels like a prison. Never been to the Days Inn there or whatever it is, but I wouldn't want to. The last one is a combo of the previous ones. Is it? Oh, I see. But also, hang on. I've moved off the page. No, it's my own silly fault. We've got this. Welcome to Friday Live and Loose with me, Steve and Alan. Good afternoon, says Seb. How are things with you? They're doing all right. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and your podcast. Well, thank you. It's nice to be appreciated. And Britt says, when do we not talk about eggs? When we have finished talking about eggs. When I'm fully egged up. More on that later. Put my scissors away. We start off with today's front pages, which I get the feeling there's so much news on the front pages. It's going to be most of the darn show. Front pages. Front pages. Pages. Well, let's start off by taking a look at the front pages. The Times has Caitlin Moran saying, hands off my cockapoo. I was saying something very similar at the South Mim services last night. Almost 80% of the same sentiment. There's Prince Charles going for his walk. We could do the Prince. I've got too much stuff for the small desk area. We're going to have to Ko-fi for a larger desk. We're going to need a larger desk. Because if I go on to this, I'm sorry, you're going to see the keyboard cable. I would apologise, but I really have no standards. Here he is. Look at him. Here he is. There he is. And the story, which I can give you there. The King strides out yesterday to launch the 2,700-mile path around the English coast. The newly named King George III England Coast Path. Flippin', you see it, you say it, you know what I mean? Say what you see now. I don't believe, whatever the phrase is. I don't know. A party. Some of the country's most stunning landscapes, nearly 2 decades in the making. Firstly, and I don't know if anyone can answer this, when I used to live in Gravesend, which I know we've all got our crosses to bear, but there was a lovely Saxon Way walk, but it went round the coasty bit. For some of it. Is that now part of the King George III coastal walk of walking around the coast, or whatever it was called? It was called something like that, wasn't it? Can someone find that out for me? No pressure. I can Google it myself, really, can't I? But I don't believe this. It's a scam. It's a scam. Here's what they've done. They've come up with the idea of a coastal walk, and no one's doing the Gravesend bit, right? It goes through an industrial estate if it's the Saxon Way, right? But down in the old Kent bit, the lovely. So let's get more people walking by the coast of Kent. Do you mean you're tricking us into being the border force? I know the King is launching this fun thing to do. Look at the nice weather. Why don't you go for a nice walk down the coast? Why not take some binoculars with you and maybe a sharp stick? Why don't you make sure you've got your phone with you and whatever the number is to report the migrants? They're getting into doing the flipping work. Yes. But speaking of us doing the flipping work for them, this one down here. I'd confront a shoplifter, and so should you, says Badenoch. Yeah. This has got an awful lot of the, going over the trenches, you first about it. Kemi Badenoch says that she would confront a shoplifter if they were not too big. I don't know, how tall is Kemi Badenoch? Kind of thing the internet might know, and it also might not, but there's no way I'd know if it's wrong. But let's do it. How tall is Kemi Badenoch? The results in 1 meter 8.83. What the flip? Give me some hope. No way. She actually is quite beefcake. She can't be. No. That's 6 foot tall. Sajid Javid, 1.7. Kemi's taller than Sajid Javid. 1.7 metres for Rishi. Little tiny Rishi. Rishi Sunak. Party. And Suella Braverman's 1.7. I've never met her. I was not invited to the events at GB News where when Kemi was running to be leader the first time, the Liz Truss era, I did not get invited to most things that happened at GB News, which is interesting. That it was only last year that I finally got invited to the Battle of Ideas. Everyone else had been for like 3 years in a row. Is that true? I'm going to add the word "is that true" to my Google search. Is that true? Because that's how you catch them out, right? She's 5'7", so it wasn't true. Flipping internet. But also, the internet caught out by my clever interrogative. Is that true? No, it's not, actually. She's 5'7". All right. So my point, which really feels like we've overlabored it, is that it's all very well for her saying, I wouldn't pick on someone who's too big, because she's Kemi, not that little, she's 6 foot tall, according to some sources. But the rest of us are going to have to deal with the big uns. I'm a 6'2" man, according to some sources. Which mean not the same sources as hers. The Conservative leader told Times Radio that a failure to intervene made criminals think they can get away with it. Do you think it's that, or do you think it's the getting away with it? Do you think it's that? I don't think I would. Because I don't want to get a facial scar for protecting Tesco's profits. There you go. That's all of my argument in one. If I were owning the shop, then maybe I'd baseball bat up. If I don't own the shop, I'm annoyed and I wish that the security staff and the police would do it. But Kemi Badenoch, if that is your real height, no, you flipping do it. There's no way she would. What, leader of the opposition? If she goes anywhere, to have some sort of security with her. So it's all very well for her to say, yeah, I think I'd step in. You there, attack. That's it. Asked about challenges. It depends on how big they are. Broadly. All right, so you're not worried about their height. I'm doing all of the right jokes. Not necessarily in the right order. All right, I've got a lot of news coming in on the chat. We've got to stop for here. Are we on? Are we actually live? No, every so often I think, are we actually doing this? Am I broadcasting from a shed? Let's have a look. Good afternoon, Steve. I think we've done that one. Exactly, says South Mims. I like the fact that you're now officially called South Mims and you are known for your services. No, that's not the nickname we need for you, is it? What? Why is the prisoner not showing up in my chat? Because she's just changed her name to South Mims. Can you not see it? Evelyn Thomas, high energy, your love is lifting me. Your love is lifting me. That's not that one. OMG, you actually changed it, Ems. She did. Well, look, her nickname became the M part of E equals MC squared. No wonder she changed it. At least gaffer tape the cable down so it looks like a real studio. No, but I move the keyboard. I'm over here when I'm typing. Hi, Kermit. I do write stuff, you know. I'm not just an idiot on the internet. Sometimes I write things. Some of them are funny. You know, I need to be able to move the keyboard. We should go wireless, but I don't want to faff with the batteries. It's still not ready. Scotland's coastal trail is only free access to the land, and some of the trails are yet to be completed. Right. But no one's trying to protect the border of Scotland. No offence, but no one's going that way around. But everyone, on a hot summer's day, heading down to Kent with a big stick and what's this? It says in the brochure, take a pitchfork. I'm not falling for it. Brit went to a really bad zoo. It only had one dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Come on. We're talking about your eggs in a bit. Where do you go when you get to Wales? Back home. No offence. The Wales coast path does exist, does it? Wow. And thought they wanted to keep us away from the coast so we don't notice. Oh, so you think they'll walk us around and they'll put all the benches facing inwards, like they've done that in a few places, haven't they? If Steve decrees a name change, then I must obey, although YouTube says I have to keep it for 14 days now. Sorry about that. But it might catch on. You're now known for your services. Mr. Cuff's here. Hello, Cuffy. We're just getting the front pages at the moment. It's because theft under £300 is rarely taken on by the police. Yeah. Do you know who should be in charge of dealing with theft? Is the police, isn't it? I mean, I look, you know, I've ranted about this on various media outlets. We've lived through a weird phase where a crime, and shoplifting, you know, 100 quid is a crime, was treated less harshly than non-crime hate incidents, which I've not Googled it, but I don't think is a crime. The clue's in the question. In the same way that I have Googled Kemi Badenoch's height, and I don't believe that, so I'm not going to Google it. But the police were doing non-crime things, while crimes, which I think are crimes, again, I'm not a lawyer, but a non-crime incident and a crime, no, I'm confused. Actually, I don't know which one's a crime now. Martin says Steve writes in the afternoon. It's too soon. He was one of the best DJs ever. Steve writes songs. I write the songs. I have 2 keyboards on my desk, says hi-ho Billy Big Bolt Kermit over here. I have 2 keyboards on my desk. It's excessive, I know, but one is for gaming and the other is an editing one. All right, okay. By gaming on the hub. Yeah. Right, back to the front page. Have we done literally one front page? I do apologise. Cancel your afternoon appointments. Is there anything else on the front page of the Times? I don't think so. Nah, we'll be right. Make this one. Daily Mail. I had a virgin birth at 35, and I'm still on age 42. Fair enough. Are you sure? This is the kind of thing where I think someone's pulled a fast one on you. I think the Someone, sometimes you get those horrible stories of people who leave babies on police station doorsteps. Doctor Who had it as a plot line. I think someone did that, but realised there was just someone carrying a bit of timber and needed a big poo. Next thing you know, bait and switch. Someone else is raiding your kit. Cuckoo. Iran war unleashes mortgage shock for millions. That's all very well, but I think the Express has the headline. This is the best headline I've seen from the Express in ages, which is, of course, not saying much. Inflation to rise in Iran war shock. And it's just because the word shock I always presume is sarcastic, as in like, of course this was going to happen. Yeah, inflation to rise in Iran war shock. And then something about a walk around. I think I've already done my stuff on that. Hell's bills. Brits energy. No, not you, Brit. I'm sure you're quite high on energy. You seem it. You got a lot of umph. You got a spring in your step. It's all them mini eggs, isn't it? It's pure sugar. You must be absolutely buzzing off your things, buzzing off your Brits. Brits energy up three. It doesn't make any sense the way I say it. £300 a year. Gas and oil hike after Iran blitz. Shock. Things are going to cost more. Yeah, and it's not shocking. We've done this before, but everything seems to make everything more expensive. But because they thought originally this was going to be like a couple of days of bish bash bosh, mullers get mullered. Next thing you know, it ends. But it doesn't look like it's going to end now. So it seems to be the case that we're screwed, that things are going to get more expensive for longer. And there was a thing on the radio, I was listening while I was trying to, go about doing my life earlier, that said the advice, given the energy crisis we are now in, is that we need to do things to save energy. One of the pieces of advice was drive more slowly. I live near the M25, literally not a problem. But do stuff like that. Don't enjoy your life. Try and do way less of your actual life just so you can somehow crack on. It's that bad that I was watching online, and the government have released like a public information video. Have a look.
With the energy crisis hitting the UK, it's important that we all do our bit to help conserve power. Follow these simple rules. Wait, are you thinking of taking a shower? Warm water uses fuel to heat it, so take a cold shower to help keep Britain strong. Wait, are you cooking? Burning gas is a waste of energy when you could eat raw food instead. Well, salmonella is good for you. Wait, are you going in there to do what I think you are? Remember, flushing wastes water and treating sewage uses energy. Just leave it and the flies will eat it eventually. Yes, you might get cholera, but you won't be sure it's not salmonella. Save energy for Britain. We were once a first world country.
So, you're up to date. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Hi ho, Kermit. I have 2 joypad controllers too, since you asked. And I think, hang on, what's it? Is it a Brit saying, is it a one-handed keyboard, cough, cough? The old left-handed pianist? Sounds excessive. What that? Says Proper Meat. Hi ho, Kermit. Ha, that's true. I have them set up at different for different games. Okay. The old gaming keyboard for good response, and the other keyboard that's a bit sticky. Is that what's happening? Is that drive more slowly? Says Proper Memes. Welsh people on national 20-mile-an-hour limit. Yeah. Isn't it bizarre that everything else is meant to get quicker? The Pentium chip was all very well, but now you got your i9. You got your processing speed up your wazoo. The internet's quicker. Everything apart from car speed. Actually, we got safer cars, and someone's going, you know what we should do? 20 miles an hour. Yeah. That one that cyclists can definitely just about do. Like, even as a cyclist myself, I'm not a very good one. I could do like an 18 mile an hour, which is exactly the most annoying speed for a 20 mile an hour driver, isn't it? So well done. Jubal says, oh, Brit, that wasn't aimed at you, sweetheart. Hang on. Oh, we got it. Where'd it go here? Oh, it's Brit. No, it's because of Brit energy. The sun, well, we'll explain it. Brit saying I have severe ME, though, so my energy is insert swear word of choice. I always insert an absolute basket. I don't think the sun was having a go at you. I don't think you're set. Is your energy up £300 a year? all being spent on eggs. Steve, I sent you some alien news on Blueski. We'll have a look in a sec. Remind me, more on that later. But Britt, actually, we're not doing your egg thing yet, but I literally woke up today, and this has happened in the past. I sometimes think of jokes as I'm waking up, and then when I'm sober from fully being awoke, I realize they are not good jokes. So here's the joke I thought we should do whenever Britt's on the show, right? Because you are an occupational therapist. Is that right? Tell me, I think I'm remembering it right, because we had to go about beauty therapists before. Remind me if I've got the right one before we do the joke. Britt, me too, 30 years plus. You want to get some mini eggs, don't you? To save fuel, I never drive at anything less than 55.5 miles an hour. Well, Kermit, cornering will be fun, but I'm all for it. It's the most efficient speed. Absolutely, yes. Top notch. All right, front pages. Hang on, let me check. We might have them done, because all we've got left in terms of front pages is 30 years after this life, where did carefree hedonism go? What do you blame in this life? What, like a BBC Two show is meant? I don't know, maybe there's a pandemic as well. Do you remember that one? Number 10, twice rejected ethics chief offer to vet Mandelson. This is brilliant. So the big story for ages has been like, well, how were we meant to know that the famously wrong Peter Mandelson, the Dark Prince, the Dark Lord, one of them, the formerly known as a Prince Lord, was something of a wrong-un? Well, no, obviously we had all the vetting information that told us he's a wrong-un. But then Keir Starmer asked him, not to his face, via his friends. He said to some of his friends, is he a wrong-un? And some of his friends said, but he was lied, somehow Starmer was lied to. So how else was he meant to know? Well, the civil service. Apparently, the ethics chief twice offered to have a look at it. Nah, you're an ethics chief. You don't want to go anywhere near that. Put your eye off. So that's all there is on that story. And then, oh yeah, this. I don't know why I hadn't noticed. This is Sydney, or the other one, Sydney Sweeney, or Sydney Poitier. I can't remember. Who's the other one I get confused with? Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Is this story about eating disorders? Feels like, because if it's not, I feel bad now. But Wagatha Christie. Here's the story here of a dog that solved a mystery. Stanley the Labrador dug up an ancient poison bottle from his owner's garden, solving an Agatha Christie-style murder mystery. Well, did it? Or did it simply point out that the police were yet again not doing their job? I think if it was that easy for a dog to dig up, they were too busy dealing with non-hate crime incidents. Right. He's a wrong-un, but he's good at stuff. Oh, well then, Martin, honestly, I think that's exactly it. And if anything, I think we should give a little bit of leeway. You're sending someone to work with Donald Trump, friend of a friend. They know it's a risk, but they thought it was never going to come out because the files would come out. Yeah. Let's have a look. Was that the egg joke? No, that's not the egg joke yet. I want to know if Britt. Yes, I am a forensic occupational therapist working in a medium secure hospitals. What, for the people who are psychic? If you think you can speak to dead people, I think you should be in a secure hospital. But I didn't realise they did it. Well done. Here's the joke I thought of this morning. Occupational therapist. I know what you do. It's not a good job title, is it? It sounds like you're one level above career advisor, for like when you really need it. Is that a joke? And I realise what I'm saying is occupation therapist and occupational therapist. That is the crux of the paranamasic relationship that I'm trying to make a pun with. But still, I was half awake and I thought I did a joke about you there, Britt. It was hidden in the show like an Easter egg. More on that later. And what else are we going? No, that's it. How did the Easter egg decorated to look like Steve's face get censored? What? Are you pointing out that I'm somewhat no, oval's not the right word. What the bit is? I'm egg-like. There must be another word. Ovoid. Yep. A lot of people look at me and think ovoid or something like that. It's all right. We've done all the front pages. Let's get inside the news.
Let's get inside the news.
I just said that. So, a lot of paperwork to try and move around. It's all in my flipping way. Should we start with the big one so I can free up some space so Kermit can stop moaning about my cable? Ovoid. That's what it's, yeah, ovoid. There you go. Steve N. Ovum. Right. Donald Trump. It's too big to fit the flipping thing. Oil out war. Good headline. Well done. There's Donald Trump. Like a dog. Don't say they're eating the dogs when you're being given this visit, because that's just racist, isn't it? On that bombshell, so Trump stuns Japan PM. Japanese, I think you would often say, but because he did this joke, he made a Pearl Harbor joke, which is even worse than the like a dog joke I've just done. More of a Korean thing, anyway. But Donald Trump made it. Well, Donald Trump made a joke about Pearl Harbor while hosting the Japanese Prime Minister. Yeah, but it's right. He was talking about not letting allies know about the attack on Iran, and Trump replied, it's one thing you don't want to signal too much. We didn't, across here, tell anyone about it. He then added, we wanted to surprise them, and who knows, surprise us better than Japan. And everyone in the room's like, oh, God, he's going to do it. He's doing it. Grandpa's going back in the old races. He still think the war's on. Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? And if you hear the clip, I should have got the clip. People who normally just sycophantically laugh along with Trump were like, in the room. It says she looked disturbed. All right, you can get over it. But the point is, look, is it a bad joke? It might not be a bad joke. If I were on stage, it might be the kind of joke you could land. But why is he doing jokes? He's not playing the room. But also, sorry to be grammar police. I'm never sorry to be grammar police. Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? You weren't born, were you? No, what? When was? Hang on. When was Donald Trump born? 6 foot. No, wait a minute. That's the other page. 1946. Pearl Harbor, 1941. Why didn't you tell you about it? Because you weren't even jizz then. You're up to date. Right. Where did we get to? Keep that one for later. Bacteria news. So we're still talking Men-B, which one of the Spice Girls. Meningitis B. Where's your mask? Oh, here we go again with the mask stuff. A maskless Wes Streeting joined vulnerable young people queuing for life-saving meningitis jabs as infections jumped. Yes, but let's not knee-jerk reaction the whole let's wear masks thing, because you don't catch meningitis in the same way that you do an airborne virus. Because you'd have to snog, don't you? It's about sharing fluids. If that were happening, if the only thing stopping Wes Streeting from sharing his bodily fluids with those students was a mask, he needs a muzzle, mate. You wrong uns, don't turn up to a place where people are getting injections being like, all right, darling. Not that he talks like that. We all know Wes Streeting's more like, no, he never. And anyway, I said, no. He said, do you want to be leader? I said, I'm never going to be leader. He said, no. I said, he says he did it. No, we never. That's what he talks like. So there you go. Maybe don't worry about that. Well, go on. Britt says Steve is egg-like because he wants to make an album of his songs. Available on Spotify. Britt, you've not been here for the last couple of shows. It's actually on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon Music. And I've been getting AI to work out my predicted earnings. A couple of years from now, I will owe them £5. See, I can do similar word puns as well. All right, just because have I upset the occupational therapist? Why did you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Yeah, it's a good one. Looks like the dog is doing the online vid thing. I'm a woman because I have a towel on my head. Probably doing a get ready with me video. What else we got? Joodles, very good Brit. All right, it was all right. I guess he takes on the POTUS title like Doctor Who. Yep. And Steve and Alberman. Look what you've started. Look what you've started. Yeah. Who do this? Well, you know, all right, no, all right, well, no, all right, well, let's do this. Wrong way. It's going well today. I feel this is one of my finest. Cash-strapped Brits, not you, Brit, are swapping designer labels for copycat alternatives. More than half of us, not just you, Brit, but maybe you. It's two circles on a Venn diagram that may overlap. There may be an intersect. I don't know. Have confessed to having bought dupes or cheap alternatives of branded items, raising to 3/4 in Gen Zers. I'm guessing you're not. Brits say, not you, Brit, this practice resulted in saving £211. Yeah. According to the absolutely no one really pays attention to it, Rakuten streaming service. You know Roku, are you? But you don't want to be. You're trying to get people to do the dodgy version that's cheaper. Is this a new thing? I just thought this, growing up in Mansfield, knockoff stuff were the only stuff we had. I thought we were just cheap growing up, but it turns out I was ahead of the time. I'm ahead of the Gen Zs. And yet they still hate me. South Mim says, what have I missed? Emergency work at call. In the prison? Is there a riot again? Third time lucky PM. And and what else we got? It's just a yoke, Steve. We have to get some of those out. I remember in the 80s, the crocodile polo shirts were a big hit. Yeah, straight off the back of a lorry. I've never been strapped for cash, but I have been considering it for extra money. Yeah. Just protect one of your keyboards. How about this one? We're nearly at the end of the serious news, don't we? 1 in, 1 out illegals come back in on lorry. That's not my fault. That's difficult, isn't it? 2 prepositions in one. 1 in, 1 out illegals come back in on lorry. In on lorry. Is that a snooker term? Is it billiards? Small boat migrants. There we go. Small boat migrants deported under Labour's 1 in, 1 out deal with France have already come back in lorries. That story again. Labour are successfully solving the problem of small boat crossings. That's what they said, and that's what they've delivered on. Are we seeing as many people? They said they would smash the boat gangs, and they've done it. They're probably laying on the lorries themselves. Wouldn't put it past them. At least 4 illegal immigrants booted out of the UK have sneaked back in. Not snuck? Okay. 2 of them have yet to be apprehended by authorities. I wouldn't worry, because even if you do, you'll only send them back to France for a fun weekend. There is a chance the king will find them when he goes on a walk. Right, we're through the dumbass news. Anything else? I don't think I've missed anything else. Let's get into this nonsense. Glam National, Ibiza Beach Club at Aintree. Grand National Ladies' Day sold out in record time after racing chiefs brought in a beach club style from Ibiza. Sneaked in. Yeah. Anyone else? I don't know a lot about horse racing. Anyone else upset that Ladies' Day is still the horses that race? No, every time I see Ladies' Day, I'm like, oh, I'll watch that. And you just see the horses. They're not even female jockeys, are they? Not that you can really tell. And the stupid outfits they wear, they might as well be. But I'll tell you what, those jockeys aren't stopping any shoplifters, are they? But I would rather watch Aintree if just for that one day. Yeah, you do your horse riding, but that one day, it's the women pelting it down the course there, jumping over the hurdles, whatever they do. No one. I know you'd lose your hat, but you know. Yeah, Lacoste. I remember. Yeah. Where's Men's Day? Yes. I'm glad we are getting the men's rights activists on Ladies' Day. Why don't the horses get the fancy hats then? Yeah. Something. Stable condition. I don't know what the joke would have been, but it would have been something, wouldn't it? Kermit about a tenner. What, for the extra money? For being strapped for cash? Well, I wouldn't know about these things. I wouldn't know about these things, you know. Right, we've got Kim Jong-un, and we've got whatever this is. Bot Rongan. A sinister robot helped Kim Jong-un secure a whopping 99%. It was 99.3 or something, wasn't it? It was above 99. Which, look, they really know how to run an election. What can I say? It's the People's Democratic Republic of we really love the people instead. Kim Jong-un thing, isn't it? Good evening. And I just think, obviously, that 1% who didn't vote for him are now dead, so that's a shame. But it just goes to show great campaigning. Voters were met at the polls with a humanoid robot tasked with monitoring the ballot box. You have 10 seconds to comply. The female-styled machine, Fembot, was spotted looming over citizens during the Supreme People's Assembly election. And somehow he won. What? By the Russian embassy in Pyongyang. Its presence didn't hurt the result. No, I imagine, if anything, there you go, 99.93. If anything, that robot probably made you think, do you know what? I think I might vote for this only candidate available. Who was the other person on the whatever it's called, the ballot? And also, are they now dead? Were they killed by a robot? Do they have robot-shaped holes in them? What's going on, Flight? You wouldn't believe. Oop. We'll see. Got a message to do with in a bit. Got this one we can bring in. Barry's always with me. Paul Chuckle has said that he feels the presence of his late brother Barry with him at all times. The entertainer, whose real name is Paul Elliott, found fame alongside Barry as one half of the Chuckle brothers. And he lost his co-worker and brother, and it's very sad. And I think they've really gone with a better headline than I would have gone with, which is Barry sometimes comes to me, to you, to me, to you. And this is why I'm not allowed to make headlines. Really would have been not respectful. Good sleep a dream. Britain is a nation of sleep zombies, with folk getting just 6.5. Oh, I love 6.5, honestly. I'm quite tired. I don't know if I've written any songs about that lately. A Premier Inn probe found that most people wanted a minimum of 7 and 44 minutes. Round it up. We're getting kind of an idiot. Goes like, oh yeah, 16 minutes till the alarm will go up. But we're suffering from the equivalent of 20 full days of lost sleep every year. Yes, but can we stop calling those people zombies? I ranted about this on the radio show the other day. There was a story saying we're vampires. And I was like, oh, Christ, what's happening? You're looking at it, we stay up late. Oh. A vampire's just known for that. It's like if you were making a top list of things vampires are known for, maybe the biting people, maybe the garlic thing, maybe the when crosses are pointed at you. But oh yeah, they do stay up late. It's not the big hitter. In the same way, we're a nation of zombies. What are we undead? The only way you can kill us is to separate the head from the body. Are we now walking around with some sort of low IQ? And a lot of people are. Bad example. Are we walking around eating brains? Oh no, we're a bit tired. All right. Oh yeah, zombies. Premium in probe. Is that what we're calling it now? That's what Kermit's calling it now, and he's charging £10 an hour for it. Is it an hour? I don't know how you measure these things. Only candidate, says Proper Memes. Yep. I miss Rahul. Com, baby, com, baby, baby, com. You gotta give me love and you gotta give me some. Proper Memes, you don't want to upset a vampire. They get cross. Thank you. I got 8 hours last night, but next door will be renovating again this weekend, so I need to stock up. Anyone else singing the Cranberries song in their head now? Did you let it linger? Which one? I'm trying to sing K7's Com Baby Com. Yeah. Drivers in England and Wales were caught committing a record 2.9 million offences In a year, figures show Home Office statistics, excluding London, show most incidents in 2024 involved speeding. But again, dig down a little deeper. Are we worse drivers that speed more? Or are there more 20-mile-an-hour zones now? So maybe we're traveling slower, beg pardon, but now we're getting done for more. It's the same rant I've always said. Like, they don't want to increase tax because it makes them look bad. So instead, if you could find the backsides out of drivers, everything you do wrong costs you something, doesn't it? Those box junctions that are clearly not even, they just used to be keep clear signs. This one in Hackney that cost me 40 quid a while ago, I'm still hanging on to it. Not the 40 quid, that's gone. Brit, I have news for you. I have egg news. Hang on. That's my karaoke, Brit. But which one? Oh, zombie. I'm with you now. Genuinely was not feigning ignorance. That was genuine ignorance. 2.9 million each. Yeah, it's very difficult. J Snap. It's no one doing as their karaoke song. K7's Come Baby Come Baby Baby Come Come. I slammed the door as I walked into the bedroom. Wham, bam, 'cause I'm the king of the castle. Just me who loves that song. Okay. Hoppy Easter. Boozy egg sales surge. No, hang on, that's that French bloke. Boozy egg sales surge. Sales of booze-infused Easter eggs are soaring. Traditional chocolate staples are being pushed out by a host of trendy, adult-only treats, the kind that Kermit does in the old £10 an hour section. So now, instead of getting chocolate, might not be the healthiest thing for you, but everyone deserves a little treat. Instead, we're making them alcoholic. And I know I can be a party pooper. Often, at parties, you will find me pooping. In the kitchen, which is weird. The last time I got invited to that party. But the point is, I don't think it's a good idea to put alcohol in Easter eggs, because what's the one thing you do with Easter eggs? You hide them. And I think hiding alcohol around the place is well known to be one of the signs you have a problem. You've forced yourself to have one of the tick boxes done for I'm an alcoholic, you fools. And also, kids find these things on a great way to get kids drunk, you Michael Jackson weirdo. You're up to date. This is when we need the cup that goes, Stephen Allen's almost daily. Don't be a pedo. Will Death Nuts have booze in to boost sales, says Britt. That's not a bad... What alcohol, when we eventually do Death Nuts? You can have Death Nuts that are small little, like a shot glass. I don't want to give away too many personal secrets, but I reckon there's enough volume inside there for a couple of shots. The, eggnog. Is that? No. I ruined it. Took it too far straight away. We do have a jingle for this. We do have a jingle. Alien news. Alien news. Aliens are official. White House has registered website. Oh, that proves it then. The White House has sparked a frenzy that Donald Trump is ready to spill UFO secrets after it registered the site aliens.gov. Because you wouldn't release stuff without having a website to monetize it afterwards. It's appeared on the federal government's official registry, sending excitement through ET Watch community. Come here. This is America we're talking about. And I don't want to be harsh. I don't mind being harsh. They don't use the English language very well. Math. Come on. Treat yourself to 2. You might be a bit smarter that way, right? But they use the word alien to talk about migrants. And they do talk about migrants a lot. So the fact that they've got a website, what do you think is more likely? Occam's razor. Shave this one for me, right? Do you think it's more likely that the Trump administration are going to be going on about migrants, or they want to tell us about aliens, but obviously they need a web address for it? Otherwise, how else are you going to email your questions? We're back. Cream egg desk nuts. That's my what for words proper memes. That felt like Greg Davis rapping to the Booyah tribe. K7, come baby, come. It's not the first time I've sung it on the show either. Hang on, stay there. This is a Friday Live and Loose. We're allowed to do this. I mean, the fact that I'm going to search for the chords to that song, I'm not sure if it bothers to have chords. K7, come baby, come. Oh, I spelt it like Rahul. Sorry. That guy got to me. He's in my head. Right. Let's see what we've got. Our musical director should have found these for us. Kermit, you're in trouble. Oh, this is the wrong page. No, this is the same page. This is not helping anyone. Can someone give me the chords to K7, Come Baby Come? Come Baby Come by K7 is most likely in the key of B major, it says on this website. So I'll tell you what, I ain't playing that. If there's one thing I know about my abilities, I ain't trying to... If that's got to be my first chord, I'm going to break a finger. Right, I'm on Chordify. Accept cookies. Honestly, no one has it. No one's bothered doing the chord. I slammed the door as I walk into the bedroom, D flat. I ain't doing it. No, I ain't doing it. And I'm not telling you why, because it'll come across as prejudice. But I prefer these keys than these ones. No, wrong song. A flat, B flat, G minor. No, I ain't getting into flat. I'm going to take a finger off. I'll lose an arm. I'm a left-handed pianist. Guys, you're really not helping improving my cream egg liking now. What? Because you like death nuts in the shape of cream eggs. Mini eggs, surely. How very dare you? And you need to put drum sounds on the keyboard for rap songs. I've not even managed to work out how to get a different sound other than this vibes thing going on. I slam the door. As I walk into the bedroom, I'm the king of the castle. Yeah, I can't do that. On to the next story. Gen Z calls for Green Day off. I didn't even read this one, but I knew it would be something to be annoyed about. Imagine the drag, but young workers fed up with being stuck in the office. Do you even go into the office? Want a monthly day off so they can go outside. That's what going into the office used to mean. The days when you're not in the office, you could be outside, but you're at home. Gen Z workers believe they should get a paid holiday so they can reconnect with nature. A poll of 2,000 UK office staff by Ecote1 found young Brits are desperate to swap desks for the great outdoors. But you work from home so many... Why don't you make your work from home day a day when you leave your home rather than the office day? Well, you've got to go outside on that day. You travel from your home to the office. You were outside, weren't you? Or did you dig a tunnel? I obviously say this as a person who makes his own hours and works from home and goes out whenever he wants. I get that I'm a hypocrite, but I'm a good hypocrite. Brit says, isn't that called the weekend? You make a good point. We already have days off. They get paid. They get a paid 2-day holiday every 5 days. What more do they want? 3, obviously. You could do A, E, B, C, D, A. A, E, B, C, D, A. I slam the door as I walk into the bedroom, 'cause I'm the king of the castle. Not turn me on, turn me loose. Trying to hit it, it's a hassle. Come get some of this. All right. Alan says, no, it's not related to the story, but be glad if Green Day took a day off from Trump bashing. It's weird, isn't it? Trump bashing. When we were growing up, that would have meant something that meant you had to go and do more laundry. Now a paid Trump bashing day. I'm totally up for it. Oh, no, I've got it. It's too big. Right, so here's the final story. Baywatch, I can't believe I left this one to the end because it's not worth doing. Baywatch's new star I can't swim. Brooks having lessons. This is new Baywatch star Brooks Nader.
No, I am your father.
No, that's not. Brooks Nader, I don't know, has revealed she's not a good swimmer. And that's from one of the tabloids. Another one of the tabloids goes a little bit bigger on the story. There she is, Brooks Nader.
Leave him to me. I will deal with him myself.
No, she's not that one, is she?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Brooks, she can't swim very well, but I think she'd probably float. And you're up to date. Keep that one for later. But before we move on, actually, there is this story. There is this one. Age like a fine wine. Plonk cuts risk of dying more than being teetotal. Yes. So the story that was on the news earlier said that drinking beer is worse for you than drinking wine. But again, correlation, causation. They've simply worked out that people who drink wine tend to be healthier than people who drink beer. Does that mean the beer that, in fact, the headline was switching to wine over beer could bring health benefits? No. It could mean if you're the kind of lazy, unhealthy slob that likes to worship at the hot dog and just have absolutely no fiber in your life, you might also be the kind of person who drinks beer. Changing that one thing to red wine, have a red wine with your pile of donuts. I don't think it's going to make a... And the same thing's true when they compare people to teetotalers. Some teetotalers will be health freaks and they should be upping the stats. Other teetotalers will have reasons why they can't drink. And that, if you're an absolute rampant alcoholic and then you don't drink, you're a teetotaler. And then they go, yeah, but they die younger. Oh, yeah, because they've got a cirrhotic liver. She would float, though. Do you know what I mean? I think she might have made a swim, but I think there is a chance she'd be absolutely fine. Yep, there's no other story in there. I did try skimming through those words, and they say nothing for some reason. Daily Rant, proper memes made me a Daily Rant jingle and sent it through. A sting, a stab, a bumper, whatever they're called, right? And I thought to myself, I don't rant on the show that often. Probably. Thought I won't load it in for Friday. Friday's live and loose. It's sitting around, it's just being fun. It's like dropping some chords for no good reason. Wine is fine, but whiskey makes you frisky, says Proper Memes. Come, baby, come. Baby, baby, come, come. Gotta get me love, gotta get me some. My late sister's favourite song. No, what are the odds? No way. Has anyone even heard of K7's Come, Baby, Come? I just like it because it rhymes Nintendo with crescendo and innuendo. That's good rhyming. It's one of those acting things where you say, yes, you can ride a horse. And then you learn yeah. So she was in Baywatch, can't swim, and was like, yeah, I'll do that. Because she knows she can float. Is silicon more dense than water? I don't know. Drinking champagne can make you richer. We'll look into that. Negative health outcomes of strong booze in egg. Not surprising. That's a good point. That's the difference between you and me. I'm a cream egg guy. You're a mini egg lady. I'll end up having more alcohol than you. So actually, no, you will do. But you'll be topping it up with death nuts. I think we've got everything sorted. So, no, you're right. No one else has sent. Oh no, alien news. We had alien news, didn't we? Who was it? It's Martin. You sent me some alien news on Blueski Dooski. Blueski Dooski. Oh, I got 5 messages, 5 notifications on Blueski Dooski. Sweet. That's the most messages I've ever had. They're all from Martin. All right. I'll just drag that over here. Then we'll open up this. Your actual alien news. Oh, it's the story that... Sorry, Martin. I should have looked at your... And there's a P-Files jingle as well, which we didn't use. That's made me regret every teenage boy dirty thought I had over Gillian Anderson. Thanks, Proper Memes. I'm cured. Alien.gov mystery growth. It's not a mystery because they call the aliens. Alien.gov or aliens.gov directs online users to a completed website. Should we have a look? Hang on. Oh, wrong one. I'm taking it off the screen in case it autocorrects to something incredibly embarrassing. Alienware, whatever that is. I would have got away with that. .gov. If I spent it. What's the other one? Aliens. So they've literally made two websites. One for the Sigourney Weaver original, for the trapped on a ship, and then one for the James Cameron. One Ridley Scott, one James Cameron. Aliens.gov. Am I doing it wrong? No, I'm doing it right. Do you mean IRS.gov? What? Look at this. What kind of an absolute idiot spells IRS that badly? If that's how you type, don't file your taxes online. Christ on a bike. You'll bankrupt yourself. Me DNS probe finished. Well, you're up to date. You just got sullied. That's deeply creepy. Deeply creepy is probably a parody version of a Right Said Fred song that we should do on this show. Martin says, sorry, Martin. You did warn me as well, and I was like, remind me later. If you'd have reminded me first, I could have made it look like I was improving all that stuff on your suggestion. Drinking only someone else's booze makes you richer, just not in friends, sadly, says Brit. That's true, but who needs friends when you have alcohol? I'm not putting that on a mug. Boffins have revealed those who eat caviar tend to be more successful. There's also survivor bias as well, isn't there? That from sending out the ships to war, and then the ones that come back, you look where they've been hit, and that's where you reinforce it. You've made the mistake, because actually the ones that come back made it back. The ones that were downed over there, that's where you want to reinforce it. And I don't know what that's got to do with the drink, but the ones... Oh, I do. Meths, not meth. Meths. Methylated spirits. That one's bad for you. It's probably not in any of the surveys, because the people who have it don't really fill in surveys afterwards. They haven't put any content on that site yet, because the aliens got to them. I think we know that's why. So I think we're fully up to date. We should do a little bit of the... Ooh. In that Tesco. Woo! Sorry, I meant to say Bindan Tesco's. I know it's not that, but it does wind up the other half when I do it. So I should try and keep in the habit. And also...
Here are the plugs where you can see Stephen.
Looks like I picked the wrong day to give up sniffing glue. Let's do it. Someone remind me we're on the side cam when I finish this. Now I know what you're thinking, Steve. Butts. Plugs. You are just using the same piece of paper since Monday night show. And I say to you, shh. I'm saving the planet here again. Remember? We're not allowed to drive fast because we are just going to be poor. The price of petrol's gone up so much that literally the advice is, why don't you just keep the clutch down that hill, will you? That's how dumb things are. So now I'm saving the planet. Tonight, I'm driving to Kingston. I might be late because I'm probably only allowed to do 30 miles an hour. Saturday morning, GB News 6 a.m., which means I might be staying over in a hotel. I might not. I don't know. Wednesday, sorry. Performing in Wimbledon, and then hopping on a train to Vauxhall, and then hopping on another train all the way back. So that's all right. And then GB News, Free Speech Nation, 7 p.m., which is almost a shame because I was offered the chance to go on a morning show, which I've never been on before. Could have got me some more money, but I'm doing Free Speech Nation. Hopefully. If they cancel now, I'm going to be absolutely furious. Side cam, no one reminded me. Cut down on energy use. Yeah, you're right. It's the opposite of what I should be doing. Where has the plug scrolling text gone? Did it not? It might go now. Wait for it. Well, we'll see. It might crop up. Oh, hey! It's sorry, I've got them out of sync. Which just means should fix this later. But I fixed it now. The hotkey controls both, and if they're out of sync, we're absolutely done. Side cam. Thanks, Martin. If you get a train to Vauxhall, surely you don't need the train back. What? I could drive the Vauxhall. Good point, well made. No. It's been gone all week. No, has it? Oh. Well, why didn't someone say? That's how easy it was to fix. No, I'm good at IT. How much energy is used in that much ink, though? Yeah, that's a good point, well made. I mean, look, if we're analysing, is this show worth the carbon that is used in its production and broadcast? No. But if you don't ask that question, you don't get that answer. Thank you very much for watching. If you go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen, you know, the old ticket fee thing, you know, pay whatever you think might keep me away from going to do extras like Kermit. Although it might actually be the way to make some money in this business. Substack.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen, because Kermit, I type stuff on the keyboard. I won't show you too much of the keyboard because it's absolutely filthy. But look, I got an actual keyboard and everything. God, it is an absolute state, isn't it? Look at that. I've had this keyboard since like 2000. Oh, look at the grossness of it. 2003, I think, is when I bought the Pentium machine that it came with. But it's just so good. I keep it on a towel so you just can't hear it. You know, when I was searching for Kemi Badenoch's height in what feels like 2 hours ago, you didn't hear the typing, did you? It's good. It's totally worth it 100%, says Britt. Bless you. Thank you. That you've made me feel better about my job, which you would do because you are an occupational therapist. Oh, twofer. So, Start Single Step says, thanks for the almost daily. You should join in earlier on in the chit chat. Alan says, did no one notice Patrick Christie's Donald Trump suntan when you were on GB News the other day? Random thought like the shampoo ad by the podcast because you're worth it. Well, listen, Alan. Beg pardon. So you messaged the other day talking about his tan, and I thought loads of people had, and his missus had tweeted something saying the tan's natural. So I thought he'd be well aware of the fact, and it's your fault, Alan. I thought everyone was commenting on it, and he'd be, aware of that, cognizant of that fact. So when I was sat next to him, about to do the newspaper review on Wednesday night, and we were just chatting, and I said, what's it like having your tan mocked by a nation? And he said, why, what have people been saying? And I didn't really have time to fully back up or back out. It's like, no, nothing with the, just Alan. Proper Meme says, you two are part of the same keyboard clique. My gaming keyboard is reassuringly clicky. No, I don't want to click. I know what you mean. You get you got your haptics, haven't you? You want your feedback, but no, like you can't even tell. I roll off a little bit of bass on the mic. You wouldn't even be able to tell that I'm tapping on this bad boy. Alan, thank you for that. I think we're basically done. We're dragging it out now. This is like the death throes of the show, isn't it? It always is. We should get better. We need a cleaner exit like Iran. So, not that I'm saying they don't clean their exits. What am I saying? We need to have an exit strategy, and this might be it. Next time we do one of these should probably be, there's no way I'll get to do on a Monday night, although that was fun. Tuesday from midday, we'll do another review of the news. You've already seen where you can catch me doing other stuff. The confusion of being an occupational therapist needing occupational health appointments. They think you filled in the form wrong. I get that one, and people think my surname's a first name. And honestly, I went to pick something up from the pharmacy a while ago. Hay fever related. What's your surname? Alan. No, surname. All right, you absolute. I think I know what my name is. The edit keyboard is membrane, so very quiet, but horrible to type on. Oof. Lovely boy. Thank you very much for taking part in whatever we've gotten up to. YouTube, subscribe. This is what I need to put this on a piece of paper somewhere. YouTube, subscribe to the channel. I mean, click like, leave a comment, all of that lark, and click the bell because you'll then hear. Well, you already know that Tuesday at 12, but you'll be reminded of Tuesday at 12 when it's too late for you actually watch. Proper Meme says, insane in the membrane. Get the same with Hannah as a surname. Yeah. What's your surname? Hannah. They wouldn't do that with me. Imagine it's 2026, they might do. What's your surname? Hannah. All right, ma'am. Jesus, man, wrap it up. All right, good point, well made. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you for the next one. Bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the
Almost
grip of a
daily,
vomiting
but
epidemic
are we
caused by
sure?
nauseating TV adverts.
He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen,
on slavery in their
almost
lives,
daily,
investigating them,
left some
maybe
facts
I don't.
served up
It's a little bit further.
plainly.
You look at your face,
Your
like, what are you
dose
going to do
of
with that,
wit,
Steve? You're
it's
lost.
never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
I slammed the door as I come into the bedroom. Wham, bum,